Hey, you kind of look like Jesus. Have you ever had a case of mistaken identity? Ever thought maybe you saw Brad Pitt and went up to get his autograph, but instead it was just Brad from accounting? Well, the only thing that happened to you was maybe a little bit of embarrassment, but you got to move on with your life and live to tell another tale. Today, I want to share an unbelievable urban legend. It's called the Tale of Mistaken Identity. In order to do so, we'll look at perspectives from two different viewpoints, and then we'll put it all together in the end with a shocking twist. So now our first viewpoint is just a normal college student getting ready to go out to a party. But not just any party, it's a toga party. So he gets his toga on, fixes his hair, gets everything he needs to do, and starts to head out of his house. As he heads out of his house, his friends stop him and look at him a little bit weird. And they say, "Hey, you know, you kind of look like Jesus." Well, they all get a good laugh at it, and he shrugs them off and continues on his way. Well, he starts to get in his truck, and he starts to load up his 12 favorite party favors. But they're not just any 12 favorite party favors, they're 12 blow up dolls. So he loads in the back of his truck, gets himself ready to go, and off he goes for the drive of his lifetime. Now he's taking his time getting there, making sure nothing goes wrong. And as he's driving down the highway, he looks in the rearview mirror, and what happens? Well, his blow-up dolls start to fly up into the sky. Well, he pulls over real quick in frustration, gets out of his car, then raises his hand to the sky and realizes, well, those are gone now. Well, that's the first viewpoint. Now let's move on to the second one. The second, well, it's a little strange, but we'll go with it. The next is supposed to be a true believer in Jesus. Well, this believer, faith leads their way of life. Everything they do from the morning to the time that they go to bed is led by their faith. They also believe everything in the Bible is going to come true. So that's the person we'll be following. Now we'll go to her drive. Now she hops in the car with her husband, and they're off on their drive. She's in the passenger seat. As they're going down the highway, she looks up to the sky, and what does she see? Well, she thinks she sees 12 people ascending into the heavens, and she can't believe her own eyes. Is it happening, she thinks? I don't know. And as she turns to the right, what does she see on the side of the road? But Jesus with his hands in the air, raising these 12 people up into the heavens. So, that's our second viewpoint. Now, we'll conclude the story, and we'll combine both perspectives together real quick, and then we'll make the story happen in real time. Okay, so here we have a man on the side of the road who kind of looks like Jesus, throwing his hands up in frustration when he sees his blow-up dolls flying away. So now, a second later, we have the true believer who actually thinks the dolls flying in the sky are actual people ascending into the heavens. Wow! Another moment goes by, and she thinks she sees Jesus on the side of the road with his hands raised to the sky. She can't believe this is true. This really can't be happening. She looks at her husband. She looks outside, doesn't know what to do. Moments later, she yells, "The rapture is coming! The rapture is coming!" She can't believe it. Her husband can't pull over fast enough. So what does she do? Well, she jumps out of the sunroof of the moving car in hopes of ascending to heaven with the 12 blow-up dolls. Well, then reality kicks in and she slams into the ground. She kills herself and causes a 20 car pileup. Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, in the end, you get an unbelievable tale, but it's not a very true urban legend.